look at a red carpet happening, it just looks like a zoo, like a celebrity zoo.
It seems to me that it's a very stressful experience to be on the red carpet.
Stars themselves did what they do best. Pose, pose, and pose again.
The real fun stuff is when actual spontaneity occurs, which is pretty rare. My favorite red carpet moments are always when someone really unexpected winds up at the Oscars. Like in 2012, there was a nun on the red carpet.
Favorite era for me, and this might have to do with my age, you know, sort of late 80s, early 90s, red carpet fashion.
My red carpet history books, of which I have many, tell me that Aeschylus was the first to mention a red carpet.
A crimson carpet.
A crimson carpet in his play Agamemnon. It's just gone downhill from there, pretty
Right,
much.
yeah,
you know?
pretty much.
How do you beat Clytemnestra rolling out a red carpet?
No, you really can't.
If you do watch the old Oscars from the 60s, 70s, it was really quick, it was really simple. There was an announcer telling you who was walking into the theater.
Fine stage work. As for Anne Margaret, a night of beautiful women, she was one of the more striking.
The red carpet kind of became a beast unto itself in the 90s because of Joan Rivers.
Hello, world. We are at the Academy Awards.
Her and her daughter, Melissa Rivers, did their first red carpet special in 1995. And Joan Rivers introduced this element of meanness and fear and competition into the whole thing.
It's time for our best and worst.
It did create an element of, you know, what is Joan Rivers going to think? What is she going to say?
This dress is fashion birth control. That's what this dress is.
Well, we should say that Joan and Melissa created the question, who were you wearing, which became the ultimate red carpet question.
Who are you wearing? This is Ashley Isham.
It kind of opened up this whole field and gave people license to criticize women's fashion choices and bodies.
The whole thing is built up to make it look as if it's a discreet, serene moment in time where, you know, when you see the starlet either like posing or talking to a reporter. But in fact, it's actual mayhem around her.
Can we do a manicam for all these diamonds you're wearing on your fingers, actually?
The manicam.
The manicam.
Where you slip your paw inside a little box.
Look at that.
There's been, in recent years, pushback against that by some prominent actresses. Elizabeth Moss, who I think in 2014 gave the finger to the manicam.
See? You said to do it. You said
Did you guys get a shot of that?
Never mind. That's where I was going.
If it wasn't so public, maybe we could, you know.
So in 2014, Kate Blanchett called out the glam cam.
Who am I wearing?
Yes,
oh, Givenchy. I'm just wondering, do you do that to the guys?
Yes.
It's a thing that's just, it just happens. Like, what do you think is going to happen down there that is so fascinating? I'm going to,
What's exciting is to see some of the stars kind of take agency and take over and say, we're not going to be zoo animals anymore. We're going to say things. We're going to steer the conversation the way we want to.
I was part of a very powerful story. And
stars want to be treated like human beings, which they are, of course, and they're actors, and they have a craft, and they're interested in their craft. But in other ways, it benefits them in some ways to be brands. Those things come up against one another.
One thing that I think has changed in red carpet coverage is that there's now Twitter and social media. There's instant commentary, and people can get called out, including commentators for dumb questions. There was the year when someone told Rashida Jones she looked tan.
You look like you've just come off like an island or something. You're very tan, very tropical.
She just kind of laughed it off and said,
I mean, I'm ethnic.
Me too. So.
Or, person had no idea that she is, the daughter of Quincy Jones.
Yeah. It was only like a mere, maybe 10 years ago, I believe, when Isaac Mizrahi felt Scarlett Johansson up.
Wait, I just want to feel it. Ooh, oh, that's totally working. Wow.
Things have gotten more tense and more buttoned up, but maybe also more careful in like positive ways.
This was the first big award show after the Me Too movement exploded and became Time's Up. They were going to all wear black. They were going to wear pins that said Time's Up, as in Time's Up on sexual assault and sexual harassment and abuse.
No way that I am ever going to be in a room and be treated in the way that people have been treated ever again, and not stand up and not say I don't agree with that. The whole reason why that was able to take place, like anything that's abuse of power, is that it's silence.
My favorite moment of that night was when Deborah Messing was being interviewed by E! And it had come out that one of their co-hosts had quit because she wasn't getting paid as much as her male co-host. And Deborah Messing just says right to the E! correspondent.
I was so shocked to hear that E! doesn't believe in paying their female co-host the same as their male co-host. I miss Kat.
I'd never seen anything like that happen on a red carpet. That kind of confrontation and that kind of politicization of the whole enterprise.
Yeah.
That spirit of kind of insurrection did carry over from the red carpet into the Golden Globe show. That's when you had that incredible Oprah speech.
They become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say, "Me too," again.
You had Natalie Portman sing, and here are the all-male nominees when presenting Best Director.
In last year's Oscars, in her acceptance speech, Frances McDormand finished her speech up by saying,
I have 2 words to leave with you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Inclusion rider.
I can't say I have very high hopes for the red carpet becoming politicized permanently. My hope is that celebrities who have the personality for it find ways to be creative and not feel like they have to jump through these hoops that are mandatory. I think it would be great for men and queer and non-binary stars as they get more and more visibility to push the envelope in terms of fashion that isn't just cisgender female ingenues. If there's more representation of all kinds in Hollywood, racial, sexual, gender, people might find new ways to push the envelope with fashion that can actually be important and speak to people back home who are, seeing themselves represented on the red carpet and seeing possibilities